Hi everyone, it's Niamh here and welcome to my art journaling channel. Today we're going to be playing around with the new release from Dina Wakley and putting it onto a gel printed background. So I've been playing around a lot with gel prints in my journals recently. It's something that I haven't necessarily done. I've used it onto deli papers and so on before, but I've never really sort of used it into my journal like this before, and I've been having lots of fun with it. It's a great way to get block color, to get interesting shapes, to overlay images. So you can see there I didn't get all the paint, so I've laid that down, and then this is going to go over the top of it, and I'm still going to see some of that turquoise underneath. So I'm just overlaying the different shapes as I go along, and in some cases I'm not putting on the full covering the full piece of gel print with the paint. I'm trying to remember what words I'm using, just to cause different effects. So once I've sort of put out my block colors, then I'm going to put in some other areas. So I've got the botanical stamp from before, and you can see I get both the mask and the positive from that. So this is a really great way to sort of help develop those layers. And this time I've just put the mask down on my page and then stamped over the top of it, and then again you can see you get the alternate image. So I didn't necessarily have a place for that on my journal, so I've just popped that onto my deli paper. And again, this is sort of a use it up deli paper, so next time I go and use something I can put that in. I had some pieces of a similar technique I'd done on the deli paper, which had some black on it, so I decided I'd put those into my journal too, just to give a little bit of contrast to my page. The other thing I did was I actually painted over the entire surface with gel medium. Now the reason for that is anywhere I'd put sort of gel medium on, it changes the colour slightly of the craft paper. So by just painting it over the whole page, it changes all the colours so it all looks the same, which is really handy. Now I'm going in with a new stencil from Dina Wakley, which is called Varied. Love this one because varied stencils are my favourite. I love using mark making of different shapes and sizes. I just find it fits with the way I create, so I find that really handy. I'm using similar colours to the background and repeating colours. This one's a really interesting one. It's called Stacked, and again, because it's a little bit more delicate, it's good to sort of get that sort of textured effect in the background. And it's just about developing layers and making your piece look a little bit cohesive. So that's what I'm aiming for. The stamp I'm using here is also a new release called You Matter, and I'm just sort of stamping over in the background as a bit of mark making go, to again add some interest into the background. So I just wanted to balance up the black that was on the page a little bit. Now I'm going in with this stamp, which is on the same stamp set. I think it's a smaller version of a larger stamp. I could be mistaken with that one. And I'm stamping straight onto my craft page. So I do love stamping into the craft book because you do get some crisp, really crisp, clear images. If you're stamping into another journal, perhaps you might want to stamp it onto some tissue paper and glue it in on that first, because that might make it a little bit easier. To push the image out from the background, I'm just using a colour pencil and sort of colouring in with some skin tones, then going over with a contrasting colour to put some shadows in as well. So I'm doing this sort of lightly. You can still see in the close-up the patterns behind, but it's just helping to block out some of the visual noise and make it pop out a little bit. The other thing I'm doing is I'm popping in the highlights for the eyes in particular, so they're the real focal point on the page. Finally, I'm going in and putting in the hair. I decided to go yellow, blonde. It's yellow really, so that it would kind of not blend in, but it's got connections with the background, so repeating a lot of colours and so on. Same with the shading colours, are the same colours I shaded with on the face. On the next page I was going to put the quote of You Matter, quite large, and I originally planned to use the Dina Wakley stencils, but they were just going to be too large. So you could see there if I put them, and I usually don't mind going over the image, but it would have blocked out half her face and it would have made it look really odd. So I changed my tune and grabbed some alphabet stamps instead, and popped these on. So this alphabet set is just a mixed font set, which I quite liked, just because I like that mixed, as I said with that stencil before, I like the sort of mixed up look. I happened to put the U over one of the bits I stamped before, so it got lost a little bit, so I will go back and fix that up. And then because it was kind of hanging out in the middle of nowhere, I thought I put in the You Matter Babe. So just drying it off, and then I'm going in with my white pen to help push it out from the background. So just putting in that little bit of highlighting helps to push the letters forward and make them more of a bit of a focus on the page. I also decided later on, I'm not sure if it's on video or not, that I would do a second highlight with the yellow I used on her hair, just again to give a bit of depth to the letters. I'm going in a little bit with the white pen and doing a little bit of mark making over the top. Again, just to add those layers, a little bit of visual interest onto the page. No rhyme or reason of why I've done it, just I had a white pen in my hand and I wanted to do it. The final thing that I did, this is the original where I sort of stopped, you can see the yellow around the letters now. I then decided I was going to stick on some of the new transparencies from Dina Wakley as well. So you've got all these people telling this girl that she matters. And I thought that sort of really finished off the page. So I hope you enjoy doing this. Hope you get your gel plates out and have a go at making interesting backgrounds. Until next time, bye for now.